What's going on, kinfolk? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how my 5th month went. Someone had suggested to do a month-by-month review, and I decided that was a pretty good idea. So I'm going to go through and tell you how month 5 went for me and what new symptoms appeared. So if you want to hear about that, then keep on watching. Yoga. Okay, so I am now 6 months pregnant, you guys. Can you believe it? I am 6 months. Time is flying by. Month 5 has been very interesting. Like I said in my first trimester recap video, my pregnancy overall hasn't been too bad. Haven't had a ton of morning sickness. I just had like a weekend where I had it every day and it was really bad. That was probably the worst that it's been. I would have morning sickness here and there, but nothing extreme. My biggest thing had been food aversions. So if you want to watch that video, I'll link it so you can go watch my first trimester recap and see what I experienced in my first trimester, because every woman is just so different. And it's really, really interesting. But in my 5th month, second trimester, things have been very different from my first trimester in a lot of ways. I will show you my baby bump. I wish I would have showed you my baby bump in my first trimester recap, but I just didn't think about it. So I know you guys want to see that, so I'm going to show you my baby bump as of now after I'm done telling you guys what my symptoms have been. So for my second trimester so far, in my 5th month, I've actually talked to my doctor because in November and December, I did get a head cold. It was not the virus. It was just a head cold, thank God. But even a little bit before I got the head cold, I noticed that I was a little bit congested, but I just thought, okay, well, my body is gearing up to get a cold because every single year it happens. I don't ever get really sick. I don't remember if I've ever had the flu at all, but I do get like a head cold maybe once or twice every single year. So I was like, okay, well, my body's probably getting ready to, you know, get a little cold. But I didn't think that had anything to do with my pregnancy until I got to the point to where the congestion never went away. And so I did read that congestion is actually a symptom of pregnancy, which I thought was so weird and interesting. But over time, it's just been getting worse. I'm like, when is this gonna go away? It's like frustrating. You can hear it in my voice. Like my right nostril is stuffed up right now. Sometimes it's both nostrils that are stuffed up, and then like it drains, and then I start coughing, and then it's the sneezing, and like all of that is gestational. So I did talk to my doctor about it, and she was like, that's completely normal. And I'm like, this is so weird. So that is one thing that is probably, I would say that's probably the worst symptom, just because, well, at least the worst symptom that I've had, because I haven't had a lot of like really extreme ones, because a lot of times my nose will be clogged up when I'm trying to sleep and I can't breathe out of my nose, which is it's so hard for me to sleep if I can't breathe through my nose. So I would say that's probably been the most frustrating thing. Other than that, shortness of breath is a big one. Like I can do practically nothing and be out of breath. Even holding a conversation with a client, or walking from this room to that room, or especially walking up stairs, things like that. If I have to carry anything, oh, that's worse. But I'm always like so out of breath, like I ran a marathon. I do notice I have been working a lot more at the salon, and by the time I get home, oh my gosh, like my body feels like I did a CrossFit workout. Like it's crazy. And I know it's not good to stand for too long periods of time, but you know, in my line of business, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to prevent, and I got to do what I got to do. I can't just not work at all. So it's pretty exhausting, but baby boy is still doing really good. I'm just really exhausted. Feet on fire. Oh my gosh, like that's one thing doing hair, like you're always like this and then you're constantly on your feet. Well, my back always hurts. I have a lot of knots in my back, which is why I get massages so regularly, because I have so many knots, and a lot of times like the knots will cause nerve pain, which will shoot up my neck and things like that. So I always try to stay on top of it by getting massages on a regular basis. But my feet never bother me. I've been doing hair for, this will be 21 years. My feet never hurt me. But I'm telling you, you guys, like when pregnant, standing on my feet like that, it feels like I'm walking on a bed of needles. Like it is intense. So I have been trying to figure out like I've been trying different shoes to see what's more comfortable, because holy moly, like it is painful. When I get home, my feet are on, not even when I get home, like by the time the day is over, by, you know, a few hours in, my feet are on fire. It is so painful. And then by Wednesday, I'm just done. I'm gone. So that's been a challenge. Then I noticed one day, it was only a couple weeks ago actually, I woke up and my hand was completely numb and burning. I was like, what the heck? So like I'm thinking, okay, my hand fell asleep, you know, weird, but it was a lot more intense. Like I literally, like I'd never had that happen before. Because I work with my hands so much, hairdressers are prone to carpal tunnel. So I feel like I might have slight carpal tunnel in my hands, but it's nothing really extreme. The only time that I really feel it is when I'm like lifting weights, and if I do like specifically bicep curls, the way my wrists are holding the weight, it puts pressure on whatever nerve that is, and it hurts. But other than that, I don't really feel it at the salon or at the end of the day or anything like that. But apparently there is gestational carpal tunnel that I didn't even know that was a thing. And so even if you don't have mild carpal tunnel at all, you can get carpal tunnel due to your pregnancy. So I woke up and my hand was completely numb. It took a good 10 minutes to feel it again, and my hands were burning. And I'm telling you, like that was 2 weeks ago, and I talked to my doctor about it, and she said it was completely normal. She said that with her third pregnancy, she would wake up in tears every night because her hands hurt so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, which I'm grateful that's normal, because I'd rather have that be a normal thing than have it not be normal and then have to, you know, figure out what the problem is. But that was very strange. So by the end of my salon work week, my hands are on fire. The days where I've been working at home, like my hands and my feet have been so much better. But during the days where I'm on my feet a lot doing hair, it is painful. But again, I have to do what I have to do. I have a ton more energy in this second trimester. Month 5 has been the best. I feel like myself again for the most part. I'm still tired and I get out of breath very quickly, but I feel so much more energetic, so much more productive, which has been really, really nice, because first trimester, there was no doing anything. Headaches. Headaches are pretty normal for me, so I don't know if my headaches are due to my pregnancy or not. Usually, on a normal basis, without being pregnant, I would get headaches mostly around my period. So I notice I get headaches every few weeks, even still, but they haven't been really, really, really bad, which is good. Huge boobs. Oh my gosh, my boobs are so huge, which obviously they're, you know, producing milk, or they're working on getting to the point of milk production, and they're super itchy. My belly is super itchy. That is very weird, but that's another thing that I've never heard. Like, I mean, so itchy. But I know that's due to the skin, you know, stretching and growing for the baby and for the milk. Constipation is a big one. Constipation is one that I feel like I've heard every woman say they experience, and that's from the beginning. So I've had that issue for the entire pregnancy, which is not abnormal for me because I have digestion issues anyway most of the time, but it's been worse with my pregnancy, so I have to be more intentional about taking things like Metamucil, eating more vegetables, which I've been better at throughout my pregnancy. My doctor says that Metamucil and stuff is okay, so yes, everything that I'm doing, I'm taking to my doctor. I don't like doctors. Everybody that's been here forever knows that, but when it comes to my baby, I'm not taking chances. Cramps in my abdomen, which I actually haven't heard. I haven't had a lot of them. I've heard a lot of women say that they get like sharp shooting pains like in their groin or in their like their tummy, or you know, whatever, their hips, because you know your womb is expanding. Like you're expanding to make room for this growing baby in there, you know? So there's the occasional like pain in my stomach on either side. And apparently they are the ligaments that are stretching to make room for the growing baby. So that's another one. A lot of people ask me if I have any like weird cravings. And honestly, like I haven't had anything abnormal. I feel like if I do have a craving for something and I want something, like I go through phases normally where like I'll want it for consecutive days. Like if I'm craving Subway, then I could eat Subway, you know, every single day for like 2 weeks. Things like that. Everything that I have been craving is something that I've craved at some point in my life. So for example, I've actually been doing this a little bit more in prior weeks. I haven't been doing it as much lately, but I used to every single day before class in high school, in the morning, I would get a plain bagel with tons of cream cheese and then actually put Cool Ranch Doritos on top and eat it that way, which a lot of people would say is weird, but I promise you, try it. Swear. Like in high school I did this. And so every now and then I would think about that over the years, because I don't do that as much anymore. But during this pregnancy, I have been craving that a lot more. It is so good, by the way. Like, if you try it, let me know, because you won't be disappointed. So I've eaten a lot of that. Other than that, pizza's always been a thing. Like, food is my thing. Y'all know. Like, I love me some food. So I don't think that there's anything really abnormal. Like, I haven't craved, like, pickles and ice cream or anything really, really out of the box weird that I wouldn't normally crave. You know what I mean? So I've just been allowing myself to eat a lot more like unhealthy things, like fried foods or mozzarella sticks, or, you know, things like that I wouldn't normally eat a lot of. I would say the only thing that maybe is a little bit different, which is not like anything extreme, is I normally drink a gallon of water a day, which is totally normal for me, but I've been craving ice in my drinks. Like, I usually drink my water just room temperature, doesn't bother me, whatever. Not that I can't do that now, but now it's just not the same. Like, I have to load my cup up with ice, and it's just so much more satisfying. Oh my gosh, so much more satisfying. So I'm always carrying around a tumbler with ice in it and my water. So that's a new thing for me. Because normally I don't care, I just drink my water however, but that ice, ooh. And another thing, like food, pregnancy eating is so different than it is when you're not pregnant. Like, food just tastes so much better. I don't know how to explain it, but I've heard other pregnant women say that to me, or women who have children say that to me. Like, food when you are pregnant is just next level delicious. Like, let me know if you experienced that too, if you're a mother and you had that same feeling when you were pregnant. It's just something about when you get that craving, if you do have a craving for something and you eat it, it is like the best thing in the world at that moment. So that's been kind of fun because I love food. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. My 5th month has gone really, really well. Baby boy he moves a lot. He has actually in the last couple weeks slowed down moving a little bit, which my doctor said is completely normal, so I'm not freaking out. But I do like feeling him as much as possible, obviously, as any pregnant woman would. It is a very comforting feeling to feel your baby wiggling inside of you, because you know that he's okay. He or she is okay. So other than that, everything has been really good. I would say really smooth. My doctors have been keeping track of my blood pressure. So they sent me, in the beginning, they sent me a blood pressure monitor where I have to take my blood pressure every single week just to make sure that my range is normal, and every single week it's been normal. So yeah, I think things are going pretty well, and I'm just getting more and more excited. I just ordered my nursery set, which I'm so excited about getting, and it's not going to be here for several weeks, but I'm looking forward to getting that in. Once the nursery is done, I think that's when it's really going to be like, oh my gosh. I mean, we're already in March, you guys. So we've only got 4 months, a little under 4 months to go. Like, it's kind of crazy, and I'm so excited. And I also have to say, I'm just so grateful for you guys and your excitement for me. Like, it's really cool to know that my baby is being loved by all of you too. Like, it's really special to me, and you guys have been with me for so long through so many things. Oh my gosh, like, you guys have been with me through so many things, and I'm really grateful that I get to share this experience with you. This is gonna be the best experience of my life, and I am so grateful and so excited for it. So I'm really happy that I get to share it with you. I am going to be finishing up my registry very soon, within the next 2 weeks. So I am going to get that link to you guys, because I know a lot of you did express interest in purchasing something off of my registry to gift to me and the baby. So I will be providing you guys with that link if you feel led to contribute. If you don't, obviously you're not obligated. I would never expect anything from anybody, but it is very sweet to know that you guys want to be there. All my babies, aunties, and uncles are out there. You know, it's just really cool. Like, you kinfolk, you really are like family to us, and I'm just really grateful and excited. And ooh, it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be hard, I know, but I'm really grateful for this kind of hard, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. Let me show you my baby bump. So here's baby. Here is, I'm at the 6th month, the beginning of my 6th month right now. So this is my bump. Here's baby boy. It's getting big. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you him wiggling in there. Like, I can't wait to like start seeing arms and legs and hands and elbows. I'm so excited. But I'm just enjoying the journey step by step, and it's been pretty miraculous, I must say. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think. Tell me how your experience was. I would love to hear what your 5th month was like, if you can remember, or if you're going through it or whatever. I would love to hear your stories in the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, because it really helps my channel. Comment, share with all of your friends and everyone that you think would appreciate my channel, and help me to continue growing this family. I love you guys.